Okay, everyone, it is November 28th, 2012, and it's Wednesday, 9:54 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, there are some new subscribers, new viewers, too, as well, because you don't have to subscribe. I'm not, like, doing a tally of, like, let's see how many people, and, keep track, because I think that, if my message is meant to go out there and be viral or whatever, it'll do it by itself. I don't need to sit there and wave my arms frantically like a pedantic fool in order to do it. So, if you're viewing this, welcome to Hippie Chickopolis. I am your host, the Hippie Chick, also better known as now as the Yippie Chick. I changed one letter, but that letter is significant. But that's Politico. Ain't going there. I only do my political rants once in blue moon, so I don't know when the next one is, so whatever. Basically, the theme, subject, topic, whatever, of this particular vlog series is going to be about communication. Okay, I've had kind of a aha moment, just like, I don't know, half hour or so ago, and I realized that communication is probably what's, the lack of communication and poor communication skills is what is becoming the demise of our society, okay? All of these little technological doodads and gadgets and what's-its and who's-its and what's-its and all this other shit that keeps constantly getting upgraded and making it easier for people to communicate is actually hindering people from actually communicating. We are social creatures by nature, according to Darwin and Freud and Jung and, Bernays and all those other fuckers, okay? We are social creatures. Even a loner like myself that has more friends online than in real life, you have to be able to reach out to someone. It can be just one person. That's fine. But someone, you got to have at least a connection there with some other person. Case in point, okay? Woman came over yesterday. Really sweet woman. She's going through some really hard times in her life, and quite frankly, my heart went out to her. I felt really bad for her. She has fur babies. And she brought over one, and he was this little fluffy, dark-haired Chihuahua named Blue, and that dog is so cute. I mean, I don't usually go for the pocket critters, the pocket pets, but I seriously wanted to put him in my pocket and carry him around. He was just so cuddly. He was shaking like a little leaf, for like the first half hour or so of me holding him. And I just held him and was like, oh, it's okay, and then doing the slow rock, like he was a baby, and it reminded me of when the kids were babies, and yada yada, and, I was already, like, really, really, like, hyper, and in, like, a really, really shaped up mood to begin with, so, when I was like, oh, can I hold him, she was like, yeah, sure, I know that Chihuahuas are spazzy little fucks, and they're adorable, they're like, you don't even need like a freaking, those therapy things you put on your neck or you put behind you, and you lean against it and it vibrates. You don't even need one of those. You just hold a Chihuahua and that little creature will just vibrate enough to where all of a sudden you start to feel calm, right? Well, I was forcing myself to calm down, because he was shaking so much, because he didn't know who the fuck I was, I would shake too if I was being held by some huge giant, I'd be like, oh my god, what are you gonna do, eat me, and eventually he calmed down, and she just was really impressed. She was like, no, he's never calmed down for somebody he's never even met before. How'd you do that? I'm like, I don't know, I just chilled out, I don't know, But then when I gave him back, so that I could have a smoke, I gave him back, I started shaking, like, immediately. Like, I handed the puppy back to her, and then I started going, and, it was just really funny. I'm like, wow, I've got the shakes now, this is strange. And he was a cute little hippie dog. He had a little sweater on it that had peace signs on it. It was really cute, because it matches my peace signs. So I was like, oh, a little furry kindred spirit, But this lady, she goes through a lot. She's gone through a lot of hard times, and I'm not going to go into details because it's her personal life, But I think I've made a friend. But she doesn't really reach out to people in real life anymore, I told her, I was like, yeah, I'll send you an ad request on my Facebook, no problem. She almost cried. She was like, you have no idea how much that means to me. And I was like, I think I kind of do, but, yeah, And I just, and it's kind of weird. It all clicked together this morning. I finally realized, I said, that's why the world is going to hell. Not because people are, don't believe in the same God, or don't follow the same, ritualistic culture practices, or any of this other shit that divides people. No. This goes across all language barriers, all cultural barriers, all these little freaking division lines, okay? Because there's only one race in this world, people. It's the human race, okay? And it's a rat race. And it sucks, okay? Because all of us, whether we're black, white, rich, poor, skinny, fat, thin, short, tall, polka-dotted freaks, doesn't matter. We were all either born out of a crotch or cut out of a gut, okay? That's just how it is. We didn't drop out of the sky, although we think some people landed here. We're not descended from apes. I'm sorry, Darwinists, but I really don't think that. Me personally, I don't think my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-granddaddy is Coco. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. I've seen those critters at the zoo, and maybe my in-law side is descended from Coco, but not me. Okay? Yes, Chuck. Because my descendants, as far as I'm concerned, we don't go around throwing shit at people. We don't, reach into the back of our pants and go, ugh, and throw it. Okay? Now, my in-law side, I can't speak for all of them, but I meet some of them once a year. Okay? And some of them, I kind of go, wow, I'm going to stay away from you. You might throw shit on me. I'm not kidding. I'm sorry. I find some of them absolutely delightful, but it's kind of like it's kind of like a vaccination. Just a yearly dose and I'm good. Okay? That's it. And Chuck is poking over here because he's trying not to laugh because he knows some of the people that I'm talking about. Okay? He knows that, so-and-so that does such and such and gets busted. Yeah, it's just like, wow, really? They get a cake. They get a cake every year trying to celebrate something that may or may not occur that year. We don't know. So it's like, okay, that's fine. I don't really know the lady. I met her a couple of times, and then, next year it's like, oh, where's she at? Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, are we still eating the cake? And it's like, fuck. Oh, God. I mean, it's just, everybody can talk about their relatives or their in-laws, and be like, oh, I've got one for you. That's not my point. My point I will slowly get to after a brief pause. So, stay tuned, because there's more.